Okay, let's get into the answers for the 2025.1 NetSuite release quiz. Before we take a look at the answers, this was a quiz where you had, access to the latest release notes. So in theory, you could have scored full marks. It may have taken you some time to work through the release notes to get to the right answers. So we'll see how that plays out. Let's jump into the answers. So for question one, how will NetSuite users be able to load lease data for leases that were not initiated in NetSuite? The way to do that is to check the new midlife lease checkbox on the lease record and confirm that the prior interests periods recognized to avoid duplication of any recognized periods already in the system. Question two, which of these is not a new capability for managing carriers in NetSuite? And that's the enhanced carrier location assignment. For question three, which of these is not an enhancement to Suite Tax related to the validation of tax registration numbers? The answer is only tax registration numbers are generated by the VIES system for each validation request. For question four, which tax report format is not being removed in the 2025.1 release? And that's the VAT 100 report. For question five, which of these CSV import record types are made available in the 2025.1 release? That's going to be the item receipt and item fulfillment. So, huge, especially for businesses that, physically receive goods and record them directly in NetSuite with item receipts and fulfilling those items. Question six, which checkbox was previously automatically checked and now must be manually checked in the 2025.1 release? That's going to be the make auto create rule from selected transactions. And that's going to be in the banking area of NetSuite. For question seven, which custom field types does Text Enhance now support? So as you might recall, Text Enhance is one of the more recent capabilities that comes with NetSuite using AI to enhance text within certain fields. They are now available to support rich text fields, text area fields, and long text fields. Which new methods are available for the NetSuite large language module? I'm not going to read out the answer here, but you can see it's the evaluate prompt promise and evaluate prompt. This one might have caught a few of you out just with the wording here, but as you know, when you're creating a Suite script, every character and reference counts, otherwise you can run into errors. Question 9, which of these is not an enhancement to the bill capture in the 2025.1 NetSuite release? The answer is user notes can be added to the scanned vendor bills page and stored in the memo header. Question 10. As confirmed in the release notes, when will the netsuite.com data source be completely removed? You have one more year. It's going to be the 2026.1 release. For question 11, what should an administrator do to reference support case performance metrics based upon the time zone set in their NetSuite environment? And what you'll need to do is update and create new reports in order for this change to take effect. For question 12, which new tabs have been added to the sales performance in the customer 360 within NetSuite? The answer is customer lifetime value has been added, as has sales for this year. Question 13. When was version 24.1 of the Suite Cloud SDK no longer available for new installations in NetSuite? And the answer is February 2025, so very recently. Question 14. Which of these features was not made available for the Redwood Experience theme in the latest NetSuite release? And the answer is advanced PDF templates. It is available for import, bulk processes, and printing. For question 15, which user role permission can now be added to allow roles to search on System Notes data through the analytics data source? And the permission is called System Notes. So System Notes search might have caught a few of you out, but the specific permission is System Notes. For question 16, what will now happen in the new release if you attempt to merge revenue arrangements with revenue elements that have different effective start dates? What's going to happen now? You will receive an error message when you try to do that, and you'll have to modify the start date so that works. Question 17. Which of these is not a valid option connection type for manufacturing operations tasks? And you might recall there's many different options here in terms of start to start, finish to start, but the one that is not valid is finish to start with delay. Question 18. Which of these functionalities does the Shopify B2B NetSuite connector not support? Well, it supports subsequent payment handling, it supports invoice posting, and it supports B2B synchronization. So the answer is automated cash application. That would be a great feature if that was available, maybe in the future. Question 19. Which of these statements regarding the changes to script audience settings is not true? And the answer is that you can use the audit select role to specify roles individually for external roles only. It's actually, you can specify roles individually and external roles, not just external roles. And last but not least, where can you reload your NetSuite Analytics warehouse data from? So if you're familiar with this area of NetSuite, if you use this kind of analytics warehouse add-on, then you'll be familiar with the data transfer setup page. So let us know how you did. This was a good opportunity to get full marks, albeit you might sacrifice time. So we might see the leaderboard looking a little differently this time, with many people getting a full score, 100%, but with varying times. So we'll see how this shakes out. I hope you enjoyed this quiz. Hopefully it forced you to kind of dive into the release notes, learn a little bit more about the new release of NetSuite, and be on the lookout for more quizzes coming to you soon. Thanks, everyone.